So hello everyone, once again welcome back to our channel, that is English Grammar and Literature World. Students, we have completed a lot of classes from idioms and phrases, and today we are going to cover total 21 questions from idioms and phrases for any kind of competitive exams. So if you are preparing for exams like SSC-CGL, CHSL, MTS and state competitive exams, then this class is going to be very crucial and important. So let's begin today's class. Look at the first one. Catch red-handed means. So the idiom catch red-handed generally suggests to catch someone while they are actually committing a crime, doing something wrong, or performing an illegal activities. Okay, so that is called catch red-handed. So now look at the options. Here option D, caught in the act of doing something illegal, is the correct answer. Okay, so the idiom is commonly used for cheating, lying, corruption or breaking rules. Understand? Next, what is the meaning of the idiom backhanded complaint? So the idiom backhanded complaint means a statement that appears to be praise on the surface but actually contains criticism, insult, or you can say sarcasm. Okay, so here option B, that is insult in the mold of praise, as the correct answer. Okay, so the idiom is commonly used in social conversations, workplaces, politics and sarcastic remark. Next, a cold day in July. So what is the meaning of the idiom a cold day in July? So the idiom generally means something extremely unlikely, or you can say almost impossible, okay, to happen. That is called a cold day in July. July is usually known as a hot summer month. So a cold day in July is considered unusual and unexpected. Therefore, the idiom is used to describe events that are very unlikely to occur. Understand? So here option A, that is something impossible, is the correct answer. Next, chicken fed. So tell me the meaning of the idiom chicken fed. The idiom means a very small amount of money or something considered too little or unimportant or too little. So here option C, that is very small amount, is the correct answer. Next, full of beans. What is the meaning of the idiom full of beans? So the idiom full of beans suggests very energetic, okay, very enthusiastic, cheerful and very active. So here option B, which is very energetic, is the correct answer. Understand? The idiom is commonly used for children, young people, athletes or anyone showing high energy and enthusiasm. Okay, next, a cold day in hell. So the idiom means something that will never happen or is almost impossible to happen. So that is called a cold day in hell. Hell is traditionally imagined as an extremely hot place. Okay, hell generally suggests hot place. So a cold day in hell is considered impossible. So therefore this idiom is used when something strongly refuses something. So here option B, something impossible, is the correct answer. Okay, next, back of beyond. So what is the meaning of the idiom back of beyond? So this idiom means a place that extremely far away, you can say isolated or difficult to reach. Okay, so that is called back of beyond. So it is used for locations that are far from towns, cities or normal human activity. So which one is correct? So here option C, a very remote or isolated place is the correct answer. Next, cool one's feet. So idiom cool one's feet means to lose courage or confidence or enthusiasm before doing something important or risky. Okay, so it is used when a person suddenly becomes nervous or unwilling to continue with a plan. So here option D, to lose courage is the correct answer. Next, gift of the gab. I think you people know the right answer because this one is very important and very common term, that is gift of the gab. So tell me the right answer. So this idiom means the natural ability to speak fluently. Okay, to speak fluently, confidently and persuasively. It is used for people who can talk easily and impress or influence others through their eloquent speech. Okay, so option, that is ability to speak well. So option B is the correct answer. Next, in voice means, so the idiom in voice means being in good vocal condition and able to sing or speak clearly. Okay, sing or speak clearly. So here option A, that is singing or speaking well, is the correct answer. Now it is commonly used for singers, speakers, teachers, actors and performers whose voice is working properly and strongly. Okay, next, go through fire and water. So now the idiom generally suggests or means to face great difficulties. To face great difficulties. Okay, or to face dangers or hardship courageously in order to achieve something or help someone. So this idiom is often used to show deep loyalty, love, friendship or dedication. Understand? So here option A, to face difficulties bravely, is the correct answer. Next, tall order. So now the idiom tall order means a task, a demand or request that is very difficult, okay, to complete or fulfill, that is very difficult to complete or fulfill. So here tall order generally suggests something which is very difficult to complete. So here option C, that is something difficult to achieve, is the correct answer. This idiom is commonly used in studies, businesses, sports and daily life situations where expectations are very high. Understand? Next, tall story. So tell me the meaning of the idiom tall story. This one is very important question. Tall story means a story that is exaggerated, that is unbelievable or full of imaginary details. So simply you can say a story which is very exaggerated in manner, okay, that is called tall story. So now it is often used for stories that sound exciting or dramatic but are not completely true. Okay, so a person telling us tall story usually adds extra details to impress, entertain or surprise others. Understand? So here option A, an exaggerated story, is the correct answer. Next, turn a cold shoulder to a person means. So tell me the meaning of the idiom turn a cold shoulder to a person. So this idiom means to believe in an unfriendly way but ignoring someone deliberately. So it is used when a person shows no interest, affection, sympathy or attention towards other person. So that means you can simply tick option B, to ignore someone, okay, as the correct answer. Next, leaps and bounds. So I think you people know the right answer. This one is very very important. Idioms and phrases. Leaps and bounds means very quick or with great progress in a short time. So it is used when something improves, develops or grows much faster than expected. So the word leaps and bounds both suggested one kind of large jump which symbolize rapid movement or progress. Okay. Leaps and bounds which suggest rapid movement or progress. So here option D, that is with great speed, is the correct answer. Next, iron out their differences. So the idiom means to resolve disagreement, misunderstanding or conflict peacefully through discussion and compromising. Okay, it is used when people talk calmly and find solution instead of continuing arguments. So here option B, that is to settle difficulties or to settle differences, is the correct answer. Common or garden. So what is the meaning of the idiom common or garden? So it means ordinary, common or not special anyway. So the idiom suggests something which is not special. Okay, you can say ordinary, very common. So it is used for things or people that are normal, average and specially found everywhere. Okay, so option B, ordinary and not special, is the correct answer. Next, 11th hour. So this one is very very important. So the idiom 11th hour means the final moment. The final moment. So it is used when something happens at the very last minute, just before a deadline. So you can choose option A, that is at the last possible moment, as a correct answer. Next, a man in street means. So look here, street suggests something which is common. Okay, so a man in street means ordinary person, very common people. Okay, someone who is not special. So simply you can say it refers to common people who are not expert, famous personalities or people with special authority. That means a ordinary person is the correct answer. So you can choose option C, an ordinary and common person is the correct answer. Next, leave someone high and dry. So what is the meaning of the idiom leave someone high and dry? So this idiom means to abandon someone without help or support, especially when they are facing trouble or difficulties. That means you can choose option B, to leave someone helpless in difficult situation. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Actually, it is used when a person is left alone in a helpless condition after expecting support from others. So the expression generally suggests one kind of betrayal, or you can say neglect, okay, or lack of responsibility. Understand? Next, so this is the last one. Maiden speech means. So look at the option: a farewell speech, a speech by famous leader, the first formal speech given by a person, or a motivation speech. So what is the right answer? You have to tell me in the comment section. So students, here are total 21 questions from idioms and phrases. So that's all for today. Till then, keep reading, keep writing and keep watching English Grammar and Literature World. So if you join our Telegram channel, then link in the description to get free PDFs and daily quizzes. Okay, so have a nice day.